Hello friends, myself Mr. Sagar Tukaram Kadlak from Kokli Education Societies, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawar. Today in this video we are going to study about the greenhouse sources and their effects. This topic is from the TYBSC Zoology paper 5 semester 6. The title of paper is the Environmental Science and Pollution. So the greenhouse substances may include a power plant, transportation, or various kind of agricultural activities, industrial production, petrochemical industries, and the chemical or any other kind of manufacturing industry which emits various kind of greenhouse gases, and that gases produces a hazardous effect on the environment circle. So now we are going to study the different substances or different activities which is sharing the greenhouse effect on the environment and causes damage to the environment. So first of all, the power plants, as we know, generating electricity and heat by burning the fossil fuel like as coal, natural gases, oil. This produces the more greenhouse gases which emission than any other kind of a human activity, and at least this takes part 1/4 of the global particular greenhouse gases emission. So in that, the carbon dioxide emission, which is from electricity and heat production, increases a coal as a main consuming substances, and it shares a global greenhouse gases emission near about 25 to 30% in the ratio. And the sources of this production of carbon dioxide is fuels or fossil fuel, coal, natural gases, or oil products which is used for various kind of purposes. So these are the examples which is related to the power plant leads to the emission of greenhouse gases. Then the second one is that the residential building, as we know, as the city is large, the source of different gaseous emission is increased in that area. So in the residential buildings there is number of carbon dioxide molecule get liberated in every seconds, so that damages to the environment and ultimately shares the proportionate into the greenhouse gas effect. So this residential building produces about 11% carbon dioxide which is shares in a global greenhouse gas emission. So by making the house stock are energy efficient as possible, as we need for the different purposes, we rapidly or effectively uses and reduces the emission which will be conserved for by a various kind of processes. So more efficient appliances we used, the better insulated building and improved as an alternative sources or the systems will help to decrease the carbon dioxide emission from these buildings. So in that, the electric appliances, air conditioners, domestic appliances are the various electric components or the equipment which is used day to day life in a home that produces this carbon dioxide. And if we reduce the use of these particular appliances, can help to reduce the carbon dioxide releasing into the environment. Then the third one is that the road transport. There are now all over the world, in every city, billions of car, trucks, buses and other vehicles we seen on the roads. So that various kind of engines used in these vehicles produces the carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide and other gases by burning the fuels, which shares the global greenhouse gas effect emission about 10.5% and damages the natural system of the environment. Then the third one or the next one, fourth point is that, or the source is the deforestation, forest degradation and change of land use. As the forest area getting reduced and the particular jungles or number of trees get cut for various purposes, or we simply call it as the deforestation and breaking and destroying of trees, makes the increasing or lead to the increasing carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane into the environment. This carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, or this deforestation and change of land use activity shares near about 10.30% global greenhouse gas emission to the proportionate. So this particular activity must be get reduced, and which helps to maintain the balance between the environment. Now this deforestation can damage in a two kind: the capacity of forest, which absorbs the CO2 and act as the lung of earth, and the second one is that the large amount of climate and warming of environment which is done by the trees and soil are released into the environment. These two natural particular prevention activity or the active role of the forest or the trees into the environment has get disturbed, and that causes the change in global greenhouse effect. Then the next one is that fifth one, the energy industry processes. Various kind of energy processes is done by different processes leading to the production of energy in different purposes for different purposes. It may be used for the venting, flowering, farming, transporting, drilling, and in different ways. So this particular energy production or the particular use of fuels shares the carbon dioxide as a greenhouse gas effect emission up to a 6%, 8.3% into the environment, which is also a very effective for the greenhouse effect. Then the third one is that the cement, or sorry, the next one, sixth one is that the cement, ceramics, and glass production industries. These releases the carbon dioxide near about 6% into the environment according to the greenhouse gas effects. So these processes may include, or this source may include, the production of tiles, bricks, cements, glass, and glass products for different purposes. Then the next one is that the livestock, or a particular greenhouse gas, is a methane. It shares 5.5 greenhouse gas emission into the environment, and its main source of this methane production from the livestock is the belching of livestock or their manure. The livestock farming, this activity may lead to the production of methane, and which increase the greenhouse gas emission into the environment by 5.5%. Then the agricultural activity, a different agricultural activity may include the spraying of fertilizer, pesticides, or plugging, etc. These different activity may lead the releasing of carbon dioxide and methane into the environment, which shares near about 4.4% of global greenhouse gas emission. The source as a fertilizer, pesticide, plowing the soil, spraying the insecticide, or sprayers of different fertilizers. Then next one is a chemical or a petrochemical industries. The production, filtration, or making of different component, like as a plastic, textile, dye, resins, detergents, fertilizers, shampoos, soaps, or other kind of materials, produces a carbon dioxide into the environment, which shares the global greenhouse gas emission by 4.3%. Then next one is that oil or a gas production. The extraction, transportation, refining, and processing of various oils and natural gases produces carbon dioxide and methane as a side product, which shares a global greenhouse gas emission about 3.1% into the environmental condition. Then the next one is that the coal mining. The mining may releases methane and carbon dioxide gases, which shares about global greenhouse gas emission by 1.8% to the environment. Then the aviation. The aviation also causes the releasing of water vapors, nitrogen oxide, aerosol, carbon dioxide, gaseous releases into the environment, which shares global greenhouse gas effect emission by 1.5%. These aeronautical activity or airlines activity also releases these gases into the environment and causes the greenhouse gas effects to the environmental conditions. So this is all about the different sources and their particular effect on the greenhouse gas emission. A greenhouse is a different particular gaseous component, and which is released by these kind of different resources into the environment, causing a hazardous effect on day-to-day environmental condition. So this is all about the greenhouse sources and their effects on the environmental condition. Thank you.